What do all of these Pokemon all have in common? Yup, you're right, they're awesome. Well, that and their bug types from Unova. Bug type Pokemon are probably some of the most underrated Pokemon out there. Sometimes just look this week, you rarely see anyone try to have a bug type in their team. And while I understand there are really good Pokemon out there, bug types are nothing to be slept on, especially in Unova, where you can find a bunch of native powerful bug types. And not only that, but you also get a great variety of second typings with their bugs, with a whopping 7 different secondary types. But which of these Pokemon are the best? While they're all pretty powerful, I decided to rank them based on their movesets, stats, accessibility, and overall usefulness in your Unova journey. So without me babbling too much, because I cannot be stopped, let's start our top 10 bug-type Pokemon native to Unova. Number 10 is no one, because there's 9 bug-type Pokemon in Unova. Next, number 9 is Genesect. It's not because it's a legendary mythical Pokemon, it's because you virtually cannot get this Pokemon. According to the internet, they were exclusive to events, so if you didn't participate in these events from 15 years ago, then tough luck getting a Genesect. It kinda sucks because even in other games you could only get it through an event. It seems like a very cool and powerful Pokemon with a very diverse moveset. Yeah, it would have made the run easy as hell, but I guess we'll never know seeing how we cannot get Genesect! Number 8 is Durant. Gee, a Pokemon with a very varied moveset and a typing duo which resists 8 types, is immune to 1, and is only weak to 1? I wonder why it's so low on the list. Yeah, like what's the point of introducing a Pokemon if you virtually cannot use it in your Pokemon journey? Hell, in Pokemon Black and White 2, Durant is post-game, so you literally cannot even use it in your team for the main thing. And for Black and White, it's in Victory Road, where you most likely already have a solidified form team, and even if you were considering catching one, that 48 special defense stat could be very detrimental. Even if it resists 8 types, it just takes a Pokemon with high enough special attack and power and it's a goner. And not only that, it does not evolve. I would say you're stuck with it like that for the rest of your journey, but there's also a very high chance you will not even encounter this Pokemon in your journey. A very big shame. Number 7 is Accelgor. And realistically, I wish I could praise this Pokemon because it has an amazing design and genuinely was looking forward to use this Pokemon in my Pokemon journeys. But oh my goodness, it has nothing going on for itself. I don't think it has a redeeming quality in Unova. It has horrendous availability, being only accessible for the last gym leader in Black and White and the 5th gym onwards in Black and White 2. And you might think it's not too bad, but it also has horrendous stats. While its speed and special attack are pretty good, its defense stats are just abysmal. One good hit and you're down. So unless you're going for it all, you're not standing much of a chance. And even then, you have a very moveset. But above all, the worst thing this has going on is that it's a trade evolution. But not only that, you need to trade it with a Carablast specifically. So essentially, it's an even more annoying evolution. I really like the lore behind it, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm genuinely a fan about it. But why is there no in-game trade with this pair where you can at least get the Pokemon? That will forever boggle my mind. Realistically, it's only this high up because at least you get a chance to even try to have it in your team. But even then, it's very difficult to get one. And when you get one, it won't do as much as I honestly wish it did. Number 6 is Escavalier. Yes, the specific trait evolution aspect of its lore is impressive, yet impractical to get this Pokemon. Again, why there's no in-game trade with these two is beyond me. But in the rare case you were to get an Escavalier, it is somewhat better than Accelgor. Accelgor, huh? Not only can you find a Carablast right before the 5th gym in both games, it does have more things going for it. For starters, it has really good defense stats and amazing physical attack. And add to that, it resists 8 different types, is immune to 1, and is only weak to 1 type. And that's pretty great. It also has a very good diverse moveset, getting really good moves like Poison Jab, Aerial Ace, X-Scissor, Iron Head, and Reversal. The only thing that's really holding him back, it's just a terrible speed, and again, bad accessibility. Oof. But if you were to able to evolve it as soon as you get a Carablast, I think this Pokemon would do really well in your Unova journey. Number 5 is Volcarona. Wait. Hear me out. I love this Pokemon so much, and I know you all love it as well. Let me get a dictionary for this. She served the house down, deliciously rocking the Gagapalooza, eating and turning their own way up. Whatever that means. But I know this is an amazing Pokemon. I am a person of culture. I thought it was a legendary when I was growing up, so that's the best compliment you can get. It has great moves, solid stats, nice resistance, amazing design, but oh my god, you can't get this Pokemon until post-game in one, and for the other, it's until the 5th gym. Not bad, it's a lot of backtracking and exploring though, but still, post game in one, mid-late game in the other. If only had better and consistent accessibility, I would honestly put it in the top 3. Rest in pepperoni to any Larvesta fans, because nothing more rare than a Volcarona is a wild Larvesta. In number 4 we have Scolipede. Thankfully, we've entered that part of the list where if you want a Pokemon for your journey, you don't have to defy time and space to do so. So yay! Realistically, Scolipede's biggest issue is that its secondary typing doesn't really help it that much. Bug types in general don't really do well in Unova, but with the right type, they could be unstoppable. That said, Poison is not really the best one you can give it. While it is great you can get it after the second gym inside the Pinwheel Forest in Black and White, or right before the second gym in Black and White 2, it doesn't really stand out in any of the future fights. It will only really do well against Berg's Leavanny, and in Black and White 2, it's with Loon as well. Other than that, you can bring it against Grimsley's Dark types, but it would only do really well against maybe 3 of them. It could have also joined the fight against Caitlin's Psychic types, but the Poison type makes it the battle even more risky than it already was. It will do you well against all the Purloin, Sandiles, and Scraggies Team Plasma has, but realistically, that's a job that can be done by any bug type. It honestly sucks it doesn't stand out in Unova, because I think in a different region, this Pokemon would shine, like maybe Kalos or even Galar, but in Unova, it's just a fine Pokemon that will make you company. Nothing wrong with that. With the bronze medal for Unova bug types, we have Leavanny. And fun fact, I almost always get this Pokemon for any Unova run. I don't know, I really like it. It also doesn't really excel in Unova, but it does make some battles pretty easy. In Black and White, it's useful for Clay and one of Berg's Pokemon. And in Black and White 2, it does great against Berg, Clay, and Marlin. Elite 4 wise, it's great against 2. Most of Caitlin's Psychic types and Grimsley's Dark types. And just in case if you need it, you can take Chantal's Jellicent. And like we said with Scolipede, it can take down all the Purloin, Sandiles, and Scraggy's Team Plasma has. It also has really good stats all around, plus a very varied moveset, but its biggest drawback is how many types it's weak to. Oh my goodness. It's weak to 4 and it's quad weak to other 2. Also, one of its stages involves Friendship Evolution, so there's no real guarantee when it will fully evolve and how much you're willing to invest to evolve it quickly. But overall, Leavanny is a solid Pokemon. I really like it, and while it may not be used for many scenarios, the scenarios it is used, Leavanny shines like there's no one else on the stage. Winning the silver medal for Unova bug types is Galvantula. Honestly, it was a tough call between Leavanny and this one. While this is a late encounter Pokemon, I think it's just a smidge better and a bit more useful than Leavanny. Not only does it have the much better electric type as its second typing, it proves to be just a smidge more useful. It clears all of Skylar's Pokemon in both versions, minus the Skarmory in Black and White 2, and in Black and White 2, it does pretty well against Marlin, and in the Elite 4, it kind of fares equally as Leavanny. It does pretty well against Grimsley's Dark types, Caitlin's Psychic types, and one of Chantal's Pokemon. If you get really brave, you can use Sucker Punch against all of them if you want. Well, yeah, Leavanny does have just a bit of an advantage in the battles department. Galvantula simply doesn't have that many weaknesses, so it will never be one-shotted and really at risk of dying in a match that much. Leavanny's stats are better than Galvantula's, but as long as you pick your battles correctly, Galvantula will be a great asset to your team. And the winner of the gold medal for the bug-type Pokemon native to Unova is the one that's left, Crustle. Yeah! Every other bug-type Pokemon has a chance to be the MVP of a certain situation, but with Crustle, he can be the MVP for multiple battles. In Pokemon Black and White, it does amazing against all of Berg's, 2 of Elise's, all of Skyla's, and all of Bryson's. And in Black and White 2, it still does amazing against all of Berg's, only Elise's and Mulga, 2 of Skyla's, and that's it. I fucked up. I don't know why I saved so much. Yeah. Elite 4 wise, it does really well against Caitlin and Grimsley's Pokemon, and in Pokemon Black and White 2, you can use it to take care of Chantal's Drifloon, and that's a lot of battles it does really well. And not only that, you can find a Dwebble right outside the Desert Resort for you to take, filled to the brim with a variety of moves to cover any types that you may need. And that high physical attack and defense are amazing stats. Yeah, it falls short on the special side of things, and it's stupid slow, but in my opinion, it's probably the best bug-type Pokemon native to Unova. It may sound cliche, but all these Pokemon in this list are powerful. While they all have different things that may hold them back, and it does suck that some of them are just not available for our run-throughs of Unova games, all of these Pokemon are amazing in their own right. I mean, the different bug combo typings there are, amazing designs, and different uses in our journey. I wish for this video to be a celebration of the amazing bug types in Unova, and maybe motivate you to use one of them in your journey. They can all be an asset in their own rights. It's just that some of them might be able to hold their own better. But as a part of a team, they all rock, and they will bug the hell out of your opponents in your Pokemon journey.